Buddy getting into tuck. Derek looking over at Dave. Dave looking over at Derek. Finish line coming up. Give it to Dave Olson. Final round contestant goes 889. Dead 7 on his dial. 908 on a 911 by Derek Dory. Got down to the other end of the racetrack. Had a little room to work with, but just couldn't get her done. So Dave Olson goes into the finals of our Sportsman Motorcycle ranks. Now, who's going to run? Is it going to be Dwayne Towson or Michael Nash? Nash out of Texarkana. Nash and Towson working their way to the other end of the racetrack. Who's it going to be? Going to be Michael Nash. 808 on his 807. He was 006 out of the gate. So Nash gets the win, moves into the final round. 887 by Dwayne on his 890 dial. And our final rounds are set for the Sportsman Motorcycle category. Brett Thornton comes rolling in. As we roll into the Super Street category, we have 7 left. Going to whittle it down to our final 4. Brett Thornton has the bye run with 7 cars left. Runner out of Bushton, Kansas. You can say that word, can't you?
Yeah, Mr. Thornton is a frequent flyer at our practice tree race. I know where Bushton, Kansas
Okay,
is.
all right, just checking.
Yeah.
What
Not Waxhaw, Kansas. Waxhaw.
Waxhaw.
What? Wax on, wax off. What?
Scotty Dugdale taking on Jim Burrell now. Dugdale keeps tripping the lights down at the other end of the racetrack. Keeps going rounds, both Super Street. Stock eliminator ride. Dugdale out of the gate running. Burrell trying to close up from behind. Gets it done. 10-9-09. Dugdale gets down the other end of the racetrack. Takes a ton of stripe. After a 008 light, he's going to look at that time slip. Wad it up, throw it on the floorboard, cuss, fuss, and go back and get in the stalker again. See if he can get a little revenge there. Chris Harrelson comes rolling in. Harrelson taking on Phillips. Both these guys had some great numbers in that last round of elimination. Harrelson's Camaro Wright out of Azle, Texas. Phillips out of Dallas. It was the first generation Camaro taking on the second gen machine. Red light start by Tom Harrelson. Going to the final 4. Big motored Camaro out of Azle, Texas. Goes cruising through 1087.4. It'll be Harrelson and Burrell in the semifinals. Tom Phillips' day is done after a nice run through the field. Gary Horseman taking on Jeff Wheats. The Barracuda out of Illinois, Horseman out of Missouri. Both of them making a little tow west here to the Sunflower State. See what they can do. Green lights up there. We are off and running. Ford Falcon. Looking to come back and take on Thornton's Camaro. Jeff Wheats has other thoughts in mind and says, nope, slams the door on him at the other end. 1089.7. Jeff Wheats gets the win. 1087 by Horseman. The Falcons' day is done. So it'll be Wheats and Thornton. Harrelson and Burrell. Semifinals of Super Street. Super Comp comes along and look at who jumps up to take the microphone.
I think I can do this.
Okay, are you sure?
Try the little engine that could.
Oh, I don't know. Here's the guy with the name you can't pronounce. Better let me take care of it.
Bjorn. Right?
Bjorm.
Biorum.
Biorum.
All right, Michael Biorum, you're looking over at Tony Brown from Hallsville, Texas. Top dragster?
David Harrington needs you to top dragster land, please. David Harrington needs you to lanes.
So Tony Brown and Michael Biorum. How about that? Is that better? Give me a clap, golf clap, please, as we bump in. The sun is glaring, and they are away. One is good, one was better. Tony Brown, Michael, top end, win. Wow, how about that? Tony Brown, dead on one. He's 25 up front. Mr. Bjorn got down and he's hungry. It is dinner time. It is set almost 8 o'clock, and he got his dinner. Up next, Terry Pollard looking over at Cool Hand Luke from Cartersville, Illinois on the O'Reilly side. Terry on the Aeromotive side, 52-year-old technician, 632 cubic inches. Looking over with Luke, Huntsville engine, 632 cubic inches. I know that I have seen Jessica and Gary and the newborn, and they are cheering and wanting Dad to keep going so he'll do the parachute drop. So we will see if Mr. Luke can get by Terry, and Terry really doesn't care about any parachute drop. He's looking for a win light on the Aeromotive side. Yes, he very much so. He might have wasted that perfect run in the long run. Well, this one is good. This is going to be close. Only a few thou separate them up front. Oh! Yes, I can kill 25 miles an hour between the cones. Luke, 892.2. 11 up front. Mr. Pollard was 18, taking 400 at the finish line. And Luke will come back next round to take on Mr. Stallbalmer from Wakarusa, Kansas. Can I get another golf clap? Anybody? Anybody out there? Down there at the 1,000 foot. Give me a golf clap. Thank you very much. A round earlier. Should have asked for that cold beverage around earlier. Land Air Express, 03 Mullis, almost 600 inches. And he is just going to cruise on down, and I bet you he's not wide open past the 1,000 foot clock. Any takers down there at the stripe? Hold them up. Landing goes chick, 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 chick. Give me my 20 bucks as he lights it up. 905 for 142 miles an hour. Come on now. He's got to take on Luke next round. He's not showing his cards. Oh, he threw it in a chair like I was supposed to dance for it. What's going on up here, Bob?
I don't know, but if you're dancing for it, go out to the other room and shut the door.
Look, there's two things that nobody's going to pay me to do. One's sing and the other one's to dance.
Okay. Thank God.
God, it's a tough room up here.
Hey, you're the one that sent the invitation for yourself up.
Oh, man. Once again, tough room.
Tough room.
You know, every time I think about...
I think you were told before you came that you were going to get plenty of abuse.
I don't mind the abuse. 23 years in the military. Trust me, I can take abuse. I can take it. Every time I think about you, though, Bob, I think about Bob Hope. Bob likes a big room.
He did.
Bob likes a big room.
Bob Hope loved a big room. One of the best there ever was.
Absolutely.
Did you ever get to see him in person?
No.
That's a shame.
My dad told me about it from Vietnam. So,
Yep.
that's that. What do we got coming up?
Whatever's back there in the lanes that they can send up. We also have Alcohol Dragster and Funny Car scheduled to come up for their final qualifier as well.
Well,
So they're back there. They've been called to the lanes.
did we have a full field?
We will have a full field.
We'll have a full field.
Well, we should have. We've got a full field of Funny Cars.
We don't have...
We should have a full field of dragsters. We had one dragster that was doing a thrash to get their engine back together so they could come up for the final qualifier and get into the field.
Okay.
We've had 7 down track. We need 8.
Okay. And which driver? Well, I don't feel so bad because right now we don't really have race cars going down the racetrack. And shocker, guess what? They don't have race cars going down the racetrack in Sonoma either. Can you say that? Will they get upset?
If they get upset, they're going to get upset with you. I didn't say it.
Yeah, okay. You can send that email to hatemail@racersandrentalcars.com.
Once again, all winners need you back to the lanes, please. All winners need you back to the staging lanes, please. Getting down to the short roads. Semifinals, quarterfinals, just about to get everything wrapped up.
Got a racer in need parts call. Need a 6-pack of Mick Ultra to the tower. Can you-
Say hello to Jay Hollinger. He just commented that he heard he's here listening to you on the feed.
Jay, Mr. Pink Golf Ball, I am glad that you've tuned in to listen to our lovely, entertaining
Dissertation here, yeah.
entertainment at Heartland Park tonight at the what I call the Topeka Double hashtag. Can I do that? I most certainly can. Yes, Mr. Hollinger. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you may be doing on this lovely Friday night. I'm going to guess that you probably just got done playing 18 holes on a lovely Friday afternoon, wherever you may be.
I do need to jump in, remind all of our racers that we do need your W-9s filled out that you received and stock eliminator, round number 3. Runners, if you did not get a W-9 in round number 3, you do need to swing by race control, fill one out, and get it turned in for your check as well. Everybody else got theirs at the according round of eliminations, but we did miss stock. So stock eliminator round number 3, if you did not get your W-9, do need to make your way up to race control, get one filled out. If you did get a W-9, which some people did in race number 1.
I didn't get
you
one.
Did, you,
I didn't get one.
Some people did get a W-9. Those that did, we do need to have those filled out and turned in. Please, here in the tower, checks will be mailed from Heartland Motorsports Park for race number 1 and race number 2. And we continue to work our way through eliminations.
You know what's funny is my wife looks over and she goes, "We've won 0 rounds. Why would we get a W-9?" She didn't catch your sarcasm, Bob. Do you see that?
But I think she's directing that abuse at you, not me.
I think we need to petition Warren. They should put a camera so that it's in here in the announcing booth because, I mean, that really could be some really fine entertainment for everyone sitting at home.
People don't want to see the announcer. They want to see the cars going down the racetrack.
I don't know. You know, it's a.
Are you saying your fan followers are demanding an appearance?
I would tell you that the likelihood of us having any fan followers is slim to none. But the humor and entertainment factor, it's like a car accident, Bob. You cannot help but look. You just never know. I mean, what's gonna get said next?
I'm telling you that I need a subscription live stream that
I'm with you, Warren. I mean, we're up here, and don't get me wrong, it's like anything else. You're Monday morning quarterback in this when you're reading the screens, but you're just, as a racer, I'm sitting up here going, God, stop! What do you do? You know, but at the same time, man, it's so much fun to sit back and be able to have a different point of view. You know, they talk about that in NASCAR that it won't be much longer, and all the crew chiefs are going to be in booths. They won't be on top of the pit boxes. They're going to be watching big old flat screens because they can see the whole entire race. But you're up here hitting me with a wooden ruler because I'm calling out reaction times.
Right,
I got a bruised arm from you.
I know.
Can I call abusive announcers association?
You can do whatever you want. I did just get a message from one of my racers down in Louisiana and says he's not getting any work done now at all.
Why? Because he's listening to us?
Because he's listening to us. Yeah,
Well, he is in Louisiana, okay? I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Easy now.
What? I mean, what's he doing?
He's building a 3D printer.
He's building a 3D printer.
Building a 3D printer.
Well, that probably takes a little bit of focus.
A little bit of focus, a little bit of concentration.
Right.
Yeah.
And our hillbilly tails up here talking to the microphone is probably not allowing him to focus.
There's a good possibility of that.
The sun is starting to become very shaded on the racetrack right now. And this is interesting because I think the last 8 pair of cars that went down the racetrack, we had red lights over on the left side, and now it looks like it's starting to shift. And for anybody that cares, we're going to get play-by-play right now because Sonoma is back up running. And my cohort, birthday boy, Cameron Ferre, is pulling into the burnout box. My buddy, Top Fuel Cam, out in wine country.
Wine country is beautiful.
See if
And they are not too far away from the air changing directions and dropping temperatures real quick.
no, they are not.
It's about that time of the day that the offshore breeze becomes an onshore breeze, and that cool Pacific water cools the air very rapidly.
It's hard to believe that it's the middle or the end of July in Sonoma, and if you do have an apparel trailer, you should have hoodies.
Hoodies and jackets, yes.
Hoodies and jackets. On your midway, because the sun is going to change, as you just said. It's that time of day, and it's going to cool off.
And it drops rapidly.
Well, kind of like it is right here. I'm pretty sure that we've probably lost 5, maybe 6, 7 degrees of track temp here in the last 45 minutes.
Oh, well, yeah, but they'll lose 20 degrees of air temperature in 10 minutes.
Correct.
I mean, it is drastic when it happens. My first year out there as an announcer, I was working the starting line doing crew chief interviews on the national tour. You know, I'd looked at the weather forecast before I went, and it was like, oh, this will be fun. And that sun went down, and the air turned directions, and I'm like, holy cow. And I want you to know I still have the jacket I bought that weekend.
I bet you do. I bet you do. Bob, do you listen to our podcast?
I do not. I've got so much stuff going on, getting ready, just.
Yeah, it's okay, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. We're
Van Arnold, need you back to the lanes, please. Van Arnold needs you back to the staging lanes. Come on down. Van Arnold needs you back to the lanes, please. And racers, do want to remind you, Racers for Christ non-denominational chapel service tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. in the pavilion, which is the covered area over there right behind the grandstand, between the grandstand and the concession stand. But chapel service tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and again Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Certainly invite each and every one of you to come for chapel.
And I guarantee you right now, Joey and everybody is praying for us up here in the announcing booth. Joey is back there in the staging lanes going, holy cow.
Joey's given up praying for me. He knows better. I'm beyond help.
As long as you can admit it, isn't that the first step before you go to the meeting?
Yep, that's
right?
the first step. You got to admit it before you go to the meeting. That's it.
Man, and Travis is like, we're trying to run a race here. Well, Travis, we can't run a race if we don't have race cars. Where is everybody?
Well, I know we're waiting on Van Arnold in Supergas to make his way back up. So,
well, we have JR.
But again, we need everybody back to the lanes. All of our winners. If you're still in, need you back to the lanes, please.
Well, we have JR who's still in for a double, and then we've got somebody. We have somebody in stock and super stock, if I'm not right. Oh, did he go out in that session? All right, so we're down to one. Okay, so we're down to one racer who's got a chance for a double. All right. JR, top dragster, top sportsman. Chance for a double. Yes, we're going to save you guys from our sounds of our voice and our endless bannering by playing commercials.
FTI Performance is the leader in racing transmission and torque converter technology and is proud to sponsor racers in the NHRA this year, posting $172,000 in contingency awards for the 2019 season. Make sure you run FTI Performance products and get paid. Reliability, consistency, and performance is what FTI Performance is all about, with outstanding customer service, including trackside support at select races across the country. See why all the winners choose FTI. Find them on Facebook or visit them online at www.ftiperformance.com. For more than 50 years, Wagner's Classic Cars has been a worldwide leader in the collector car industry. Wagner's is best known for their attention to detail and quality craftsmanship, as well as their first-class inventory of investment-quality rides. Wagner's has also built some of the coolest cars on the planet, as well as some of the race cars you will see here today. If you're in the market for that car of your dreams, find us on Facebook or visit us today at wagnersclassiccars.com.
Tired of the same old grind? The revolutionary True Start Starter by Mazir Enterprises is the right way to upgrade the starting system on your race car. This superior design includes gear reduction engineered for efficiency, a motor specifically selected for 20 to 50% more power, and larger internal components for longevity. Its compact design is a full pound lighter than comparable starters. For reliable starting power, choose Mazir. Visit our website at www.mazir.com.
Attention racers. Advanced Clutches declares war on automatics, introducing the billet single 8-inch clutch from Advanced Clutches. It leaves like an automatic for consistent performance every time down the track. Designed and built by Rob Youngblood and his team, by racers, for racers, to win races. And it fits in a standard bell housing too. Find out more about the billet 8-inch clutch by visiting their website at advancedclutches.com or call Rob today at 208-880-6214. Advanced Clutches, the choice of record holders and Wally winners across the country.
All right, here we go. Race cars come to life under the tunnel. Aeromotive side. J.R. Laudner still chasing a double. Dialed in at a 707. Looking over at David Harrington. Dialed in at a 684. These guys have got history. Local racers from this area as the sun begins to fall on Harbor Park. JR's not that old. 36. John, for sure. You guys still let him come in? So John's on the wall looking over. JR with a chance at a double. He's still in Top Sportsman. Sitting on the starting line in Top Dragster. 2 carbureted dragsters. 1 and 08 Mullis, 632 cubic inches, looking over at 09 Undercover, 582 cubic inches for Mr. Harrington on the O'Reilly side of the racetrack. We're pre-stage. Oh, both in. Wow, JR double 02. He is going to be upset when he gets the slip. Mr. Harrington left a lot back here, but doesn't matter. The only number that matters is JR was 002 red. Harrington was 96. And JR will swing it back around, jump in the Cutlass, and still try to grab that Wally in Top Sportsman. Here is the bye run for Mr. Biaggi, as he is going to ease on into the final. And it will be Mr. Harrington, carbureted motor, taking on another carbureted motor. John heats up the hides. Thank you. That's that whole experience thing of being an announcer. If you push that button more than once, maybe it works. 2018 Norwalk National Champion. 2018 Miller race car for John and Mom D. 632 cubic inches. Nitrous bottle baby. From Granville, Illinois. Made the trek over. D3 regular. Going to the finals. Rides that wheelie bar on out there. 399 to the 8th mile. And we're good. Moving right on to the finals. Bob, it's super gas time. Philbrick. I can say that. And
It is Super Gas semi-final time.
there you go.
1 door car, 3 roadsters. Philbrick out of Colorado up into Mustang. Evans into Corvette.
I want to take the door car against the field.
Okay.
One door car.
1 door car and 3 roadsters.
Yep, I'll take the door car. I'll take the door car.
Mark, I'm sorry for you, my friend. Don O'Neill just put the Kiwami on you.
What?
Hey,
I'm making up city names and you're making up words.
I'm telling you.
Kiwami. I just read what's on the screen.
Evans working his way down track. Philbrick trying to hold it up for the door cars, and he gets it done. And final round bound for Mark. Runs it through 992, takes out Evans, who goes dead on 5. So it'll be a door car, taking on a roadster in the final round of eliminations.
Hey, was that a door car? Did the door car win?
The door car won.
Door car won. I bet there'll be a roadster in the final.
There will be a roadster in the final because it's going to be one of these two, either Van or Chris.
And I bet it'll be somebody from Texas.
It'll be a Texas Corvette. You really went out on a limb there, didn't you?
Hey, I'm out there. I'm living on the edge, Bob.
I can tell. Holding on to that trunk with everything he's got. 989-1. Van gets the win and goes to the finals. 987 by Edson. So Van Arnold and Mark Philbrick going to duke it out in the finals of Super Gas. A roadster versus door car.
So we already have a standing bet.
Final round.
Super gas. We already have a standing bet.
Door car. Door car wins in super gas.
Okay, so prior to you coming up here, I had taken the door cars.
Oh.
And I had taken the roadsters.
Oh, so hey.
Whichever one of us wins, whichever the door car wins, I have to give Philbrick
$4.
cash money.
Cash.
$4 cash.
So is that like two $2 bills or four one?
No. Wait a minute. Wait until you get to my side, okay?
So mine is 4 fully circulated, sprinkled up
Dirty $1 bills
$1 bills
and 2 stickers,
and 2 Dragers with TV stickers.
Nice.
okay?
Oh, I'm in.
And if the Roadster guys win,
Right.
the Roadster driver gets 2 fresh, crisp, uncirculated, sequentially numbered $2 bills
Oh.
and 2 very hard to come by 30th anniversary tour decals of mine.
You guys have entirely too much time on your hands up here in the booth.
You're right. We're here at 7 o'clock in the morning. We don't go home till 11 o'clock at night.
Got way too much time on your hands to dream this up about uncirculated money and $2 bills.
Well, man. So you can ask Kyle about that out there. 'Cause he
Holy cow, they are. Is that like from the Bank of Oklahoma? Or, I mean, what's. Do they even print those anymore?
Sure they do.
The ink is wet. Those aren't even real.
Smell them.
Look, you guys in the roadster class at Supergas, you're getting taken.
No.
These mugs are not even real.
I guarantee you they're brand new. I got them at the bank before I left home.
don't wrinkle
The
them up.
the bank of Uncle. I shouldn't touch them. Bank of Uncle. For now, I got ink on my hands. Somebody bring me a tub of towels.
Nice segue there. Hey, way to go, boss. Now, Don, I have had a request from a listener via dragracer.tv telling us that you need to throw in a Drivers and Rental Cars t-shirt.
Racers
and Rental Car t-shirt.
Racers and Rental Cars
Okay.
t-shirt.
Racers and Rental Car t-shirt for the winter, no matter if it's a door car or a dragster or a roadster.
I'll tell you what I'll do.
Okay.
'Cause I don't have any t-shirts with me, but I do have Racers and Rental Cars decals.
Okay.
So I will donate. How about this? I will put up 4 worn out, sweaty $1 bills. So, I mean, like literally dripping, sweat, wet, in a fire suit today at 686. And 2
Well, they've
racers.
had time to dry out since
Yeah,
you ran.
I left them in the fire suit. They're still sweaty. And 2 racers and rental cars decals for sure. I'm in.
All right, so Mark Philbricks got double the pot to go for.
Door car to the front.
Door card to the front. Well, Van Arnold. Don't know what we're going to do.
I mean, where Philbricks from where? Minnesota?
Colorado?
Oh, Colorado. Okay.
Yep.
Colorado taking on Texas in Kansas.
That's right.
Door car. And you know it's like against my better judgment to cheer for a Ford. Because Philbricks driving a Mustang with like a 600-inch Ford motor in it. So that's like way out on the limb for me, being a diehard Chevy guy. Maybe that's what I need to do, man. I'm cursed. I need to get the voodoo off of me. Don't put that voodoo on me there, Ricky Bobby. I'm just saying. Get the voodoo off me. Super Comp. 890 runner.
Here we go.
Tony Downtown Brown getting the bye-bye. Moving on to round number next. Oh, to the finals. Well, that is next, but it's still finals.
Yeah, but it's a very important next, so it gets a name.
That's true.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember, this is one of the races, I think Tony is the only one, I think in the camp, that hasn't won here. If my memory serves me correct. I think Steve's won here, I think Coy's won here, and I think Jack's won here. But I don't think Tony has. And Tony's taking the bye, which is kind of odd. He's not going to watch Luke or Landon make their lap. He's going to go ahead and make his.
He's got spies watching them.
He does. The Collier camp is over here. Tony is, I'm going to say, ready to go there. We'll see if he plays it out. He does. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Tony is ready. 889.4 at 181. He was 006 up front. He's going to wait down there at the end of the racetrack, and he's going to get to take on either Mr. Landon or Mr. Luke. Ooh, Warren calling his shot. He just said that the Land Air Express is got its hands full. Landon's been around the block before. He knows how to turn on some electricity.
And this is home track.
It is.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Luke's tough.
Luke don't care.
Luke's tough. I understand
They
that.
can put a drag strip on Saturn. Luke don't care.
Yeah, but he'd want somebody to pick up the tow bill to get him there.
Absolutely. Got to pay the bill. Oh, wow. Well, let's listen to some scoop rocking. That would be what they call an 18-pack taking a thou over on the O'Reilly side. Luke Bogacki, 009, dead on 9, taking 1. Landon was 36 up front, and basically, I don't know if he's a Sunoco car or a VP car, but he was burning gas. So, that being said, we're going to change the sound drastically as we move on into alcohol dragster. So, what is it over here in D5? Who's the sponsor of alcohol dragster?
It's alcohol dragster.
Oh, just alcohol dragster.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm looking for cheater notes here. You guys are all professional. We got names for everything. I want to make sure everybody gets their credit. Get their credit in here.
Let's give Bob some credit. He knew it was
And now this is going to be number 8, right? You said we had 7 that
This
went
is
down.
going to be number 8. Gary Cooper's son, Aaron, licensed in the car day before yesterday. Okay? But they wounded a bullet. They had to go back to Wichita, pick up another block, haul it back up, and basically build another engine. They knew they had time. They knew there were 7 cars. They knew it's a matter of getting the car down the racetrack. Nothing else. Start it, stage it, and accept the tree. And that'll put them on the ladder. It'll put them in the number 8 spot, but it puts them on the ladder. Aaron being the new driver, I expected Gary to step into the seat just for the simple fact of you've got one shot to get in. And nothing against Aaron, but Gary's got a lot of experience out there. And it's a matter now of getting the car down the racetrack and into the field. Then you've got a long road ahead with Aaron. He's got many years in front of him. Dad's going to tutor him and bring him along. But right now it's called getting into the show, being the 8th car, but being middle of the pack, number 4, number 5, preferably number 4, so you got a lane choice. That's a good hot rod out there. Gary Cooper, that's a good driver. They've been around for a long, long time. The injected nitro car. Coop and crew knows how to get it done.
Is that the old Hartley car?
It is the old Hartley car. Gary bought it from Allen, yes.
Okay. So I'm counting 1, 2. I see 2 A fuel cars already. How many A fuel cars did we have?
I think we've got 6 and 2 below. If memory serves me correctly.
Well,
Christine and Dean. Those are the 2 blow cars. Yep.
Okay. Well, we're gonna place prop bets. He's going to the.
Keeping it lit, runs 573, 259 miles an hour. Didn't make 4 or 5, but got up to number 6. But that puts him in the show. That gives us an 8-car field, and I guarantee you, there should be some shuffling now in the cooler evening air, and you've got a racetrack that's really starting to tighten up out there. So this final qualifier will set the field, obviously, but I think we're going to see some shuffling before all is said and done.
Are you going to call low for the round?
Nope.
I will. 26.
My mama got rid of her dumb baby. She just kept us ugly ones. I just sit back and watch and enjoy.
You said she kept the ugly ones.
Yep.
All right, I'm calling it. 26 is going to be low.
All right. You
That'll
say
be-
so.
It will be.
Okay.
I'm like 1 for 1 so far. Well, I mean, they call that a heater, right?
Yeah,
Don't quit on a heater.
And that tree you were holding on to, you had a hold of with both arms and both legs.
I
so.
did. I had hold of the tree good.
But we have an 8-car field now in alcohol dragsterdom. Cooper's in, Dean Dubbin, and Jared Dreher. Dreher's been down track, 547 and 548. Good bracket car. Needs to pick up the pace here a little bit, but a good bracket car. Dean Dubbin has struggled. They came up yesterday, made the run last evening about this time, blew the blower belt off of it. Came up earlier today, and, well, you saw what happened. They didn't go anywhere. Car got pushed back as it lost, or it never did really come to life. It had some cylinders hitting and some cylinders not hitting.
So it looks like Dean, I see the FTI logo on the front of the car. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that he's running a
Probably got the converter combination in it. Yes, sir. Dubbin has got one of the blown machines here this weekend as well. Jared Dreher, meanwhile, over on the right-hand side, like I said, 547 and 548, 257 miles an hour on both laps down the racetrack. But here this weekend, I don't know that the 547 is going to be the run that you need. I think you need to be able to dip down into the 530 zone.
So now Warren's jumping in. He says it's going to be under my 526 call out. So you're going to say it's going to be 525.9 for $1. All right, we're getting serious up here, folks. Next thing you know, we'll be betting beer.
That heavy wagering going on. These dollar bills are fluttering like butterflies.
Warren's going to be upset because all mine are sweaty. Number 2 hitters in both Division 5 and Division 3 for Dobbin and Dreher. They stayed up.
Dubbin with a 5:43 lap, 264 miles an hour, and that'll move him up to the number 5 spot for now. Jared goes through 5:65. You can see a hole out there, and he stepped off just past the half-track mark. Still 5:65, 256, but that car was not going down the racetrack in a rapid hurry.
Oh, you look at Dubbin 5:43 at 264, and Megan Meyer went 5:31 at 266. So speed-wise, he's just off a little bit for ET. So you got to think that that's not going to be a representative run coming first round tomorrow.
Yeah, but Megan's speed is down as well. That's not representative of what that car normally runs either.
Well, I took my dollar bet because I'm thinking that she's going to run 26.
Yeah, well, I don't know that I would take Megan over Rachel. Rachel might be the one that surprises you.
Well, we're going to find out here.
Yeah, we are.
Like very shortly.
Yep.
Because Rachel's coming up
Yep.
on the Aeromotive side, and Christine is over on the O'Reilly side. So we're going to have a fuel against the blower. Kansas girls, 24 and 28.
One from the east side of Kansas, one from the west side of Kansas.
Is that such a thing?
Yep. Because it's a long, skinny state.
Okay. If you say so.
Well, it takes twice as long to drive from here to there as it does from there to there.
This is true.
And trust me, I've done it both ways, I know.
Done it both ways. Well, Rachel comes through the water box in her Dots Pretzels Menards car. Yes, Dots Pretzels are addictive. If you're drinking a cold beverage, you will continue to drink.
Well, we talked about Rachel Meyer. Rachel was at work yesterday, did not get to make the runs yesterday that everybody else did, but Sister Megan did. Rachel, though, is driving the new chassis.
Yes.
And this car has been, over the last few races, progressively quicker than the older car that Megan is driving. So it'll be interesting to see what Rachel's car does. Now, in the interest of fair reporting, Christine Chambliss, with that 5:35 run that they laid down last night this time, their all-time best run at that 5:35 and 267. And they're looking to pick the pace up a little bit as well. So I'm going to say both of these drivers, low 530s, high 520s.
Don't give yourself too big of a window to jump through there, Bob.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Rachel's going to go 5:29 and Christine's going to go 5:30. Well, I was close. Not really. Nothing but horseshoes and hand grenades, Bob.
That's
Nothing but
right.
horseshoes and hand grenades. But
Rachel goes down track 5:33.6, 266. That's good for number 2 right behind Megan, and that would put them on opposite sides of the ladder if nothing changed. Christine Chambliss down track 5:39, 255. But what that's telling me is they're getting that car dialed in now. It's becoming a solid 5:30 car, and certainly a car to contend with and play with. And right now, they're in the top half of the field and have that lane choice. And they're going to stay in the top half of the field in that number 4 spot. Because I do believe the only cars we have left to come up are Robin and Megan.
yes, and I'm sure being on opposite sides of the ladder will make Randy happy.
They have met in the finals twice. Once in Oklahoma a year ago. Megan won by 7 thousandths of a second. And earlier this year down in Belrose, where Rachel won by 8 thousandths of a second.
Do you think that they really keep score? Come on. Sisters? Really? You think they keep score?
I think they keep score.
Let me tell you, I guarantee you they keep score. They got reaction time tests. Everything's up for grabs. For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, low right now is what for the round?
33.
33 so far has been low for the round?
Yep.
Because it was Rachel, right?
That's right.
And I called 26?
Yep.
Wow.
You know this card? It's a good card. Trying to figure out.
Making sure the top end of the racetrack's clear and secure. The over-the-wall gang checking out Christine Chambliss' lane after she made that 5:35 run down the O'Reilly side of the racetrack. So once we get the all clear from down at the top end, we will get Miss Megan and Robin lined up and ready to go. They get ready to go down the quarter mile. So it looks like a little bit of cleanup down at the other end of the racetrack. And again, as soon as we get the all clear from down there, we will get Megan and Robin Samsel. Megan Meyer and Robin Samsel fired up and ready to go to finalize our alcohol dragster field. See if Megan can hold on to that number one spot. See if Samsel can step up. See if Rachel and Megan end up being number one and number two. Then we roll into the alcohol funny cars and then into our final rounds of eliminations. And again, racers, if you're still in, your opportunity to cool them and fuel them and put a fresh charge in them. But we do need you back to the lanes just as quick as you can get that done, because as soon as our alcohol funny cars get their qualifying session wrapped up, it's straight into the final rounds. And again, for all of our spectators over here on the right-hand side, the beer wagon should be rolling out there amongst y'all. Don says if you got an extra one, he needs one here in the tower.
Beer here. Beer here. You know what everybody at home just said, Bob? They went, golly, they quit running race cars. We got to listen to these two.
Hey, what can we say?
Well, we can say a lot. I'm just saying we can say a lot. Whether or not anybody wants to listen, I don't know. But if anybody's snapping photos of the awesome sunset that is back there behind the tower, by all means, please take those photos and post those up. Because clear blue today, unlike our other trips here with rain and hurricanes and thunderstorms, and we just got nice, pretty weather. It's comfortable. I still think that somebody's going to go 26. I don't think Megan's going to let me down. I think she's going to go. If I think so. If I say so. Oh, Bob, you just leave so much room. Just leave so much room.
No, I don't leave you room. I just hand you a shovel so you can dig your own hole.
I just keep right on going sometimes, you know. You just keep it going. The crowd has gotten drastically larger at the finish line.
Well, as it was referred to earlier, the Losers Lounge fills up.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
I do.
But it was a fellow competitor that named it that. So,
come on. Losers Lounge? Come on.
well, if you're sitting over there, you're not still in and winning.
How about
It was the runner-up lounge.
socializing lounge?
Oh, well, whatever.
I don't like. Come on, Bob. We're a supportive society. We
Yes.
cannot use the word loser.
I understand that. But
Well, lucky for them, they won't have to listen to us talk much longer. Is the signal's been given, and we have A fuel cars coming to life. Robin Sansel over on the Aeromotive side, and Megan Meyer over on the O'Reilly side. Giving signals like baseball coaches, crew chiefs are, one to the other.
the newly engaged Megan Meyer
Newly engaged, correct.
at the wheel of the NGK, Menards, Dots Pretzels, Lucas Oil, Gunk,
Weld.
Machine, and Robin Sampson. The wheel of the Justice Brothers entry. Over there on the other side, the O'Reilly. Number 3 in the world last year, Megan, and your reigning Central Division champ. Robin Sampson finishing 3rd over in the North Central Division. Two pretty good race cars here. Going to close out our alcohol dragster session. Either one of these cars capable of going to the top. Megan has been a little bit quicker throughout the weekend. And this has been a pretty good car. Megan leading the points chase up until 2 weeks ago. Sean Kelly getting the win up in Woodburn, Oregon, and able to scoot around her by just a few points. Good run here this weekend from Megan. Could have put her back into the points lead in the championship chase for the 2019 title. Shoulda, woulda, and coulda. Well, you never know. Megan on the right-hand side. Samsel on the left, final pair. Alcohol dragster getting ready to make their way down track.
Kiss that dollar goodbye, Warren, right here. They're in. Lights moving. Oh!
Well, you got your 20, 5:29.9. Megan has progressively gotten quicker on every lap down the racetrack. Still 269 for speed. Samsel cruises through 536. And after the 535 yesterday, that's a pretty good bracket car on back-to-back laps. So it's Megan Meyer taking on Terry Schmidt in the opening round. Rachel Meyer and Gary Cooper will do battle. Robin Samsel will choose his side of the racetrack over Jared Dreher. And Christine Chambliss and Dean Dubbin going to duke it out. Probably be our first pair out for alcohol dragster eliminations. Round number 1 come tomorrow.
That's a safe bet. Hey, Bob, can you hear this? Can you hear this, Bob? Can you hear that sound, Bob?
I hear that sound.
That's cash money. Cash money.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Warren. I love a man of his word.
That's all right. He's still operating on Kyle Seipel's money.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've
I'd have made change, Warren. I'd have made change. So how many alcohol funny cars do we have?
We actually have on the property 10. 9 can qualify because Robbie Massey still hasn't wrapped up his licensing runs. But we've got 9 that can qualify for an 8-car field, and Steve Burke is that 9th car. Right now, the ARC Specialties machine has not made it down the racetrack. 2 attempts, and it hasn't been good. It'll be interesting to see if Burke can get down track. To do so, he needs to run better than a 5.777 to get into the show. It's a pretty good show. Shane Westerfield sitting number 1. Chris Houle number 2. Kirk Williams 3. William Bernard number 4. Kyle Smith, the second generation racer, number 5. Mark Billington 6. Scott McVeigh sits number 7. And Brian Brown sits number 8. Steve Burke looks down at the Aeromotive scoreboard, sees the 577, and knows that that's a pretty tall order right now with absolutely nothing to work on from any laps down this racetrack here this weekend. Now, you've got notes. You can look at the conditions. You can look at the racetrack. But right now, this is what you call a Hail Mary to try and get into the show.
Throw it up, Bob. Throw it up.
That's exactly what Steve Burke's going to do. They've been in the 40s.
Pedaled.
594, he gets into the 5-second zone, but he is not going to make the show. But on and off the throttle, 594, 253 miles an hour, trying to drive it out the back door and make it up at the other end, and just wasn't going to happen. So Burke with 594 goes into that number 9 position officially on our qualifying sheet. His best lap of the weekend, obviously, his only lap of the weekend where he's been able to collect an elapsed time.
We can do that. I bet Fine Line Graphics will be more than glad to donate a banner for the Losers Lounge.
Fine Line Graphics, yep, we can certainly talk to them. As the communications coming into DragRacer.tv Central. The request has been made. We need a banner for the Losers Lounge. Brian Brown and Scott McVeigh come rolling in now as we continue on our final alcohol funny car qualifying. So now it becomes a matter of jockeying for position. Both these cars are in the bottom half of the show. Both these cars would like to be in the top half of the show. Both these cars are going to need to pick up a 1/10 of a second from their best run so far to get into the top half of the show. Brian Brown's been 577. The split right now is a 567. The Empire Ironworks car. Another second generation racer over there on the left-hand side. It's Scott McVeigh, the Manitoba, Canada-based runner. The wheel of his Monte Carlo over here on the right-hand side. McVeigh, like Brown, on a 577 best run down the racetrack. They've both been in the 580s. They've both been in the 570s. They'd both like to see the 560s at a minimum. Hopefully the 550s. Conditions, prime time right now. See what they can do to get into the show. Brown on the left-hand side, McVeigh on the right. They are in. It's a matter of adjusting who's going to run whom come opening round tomorrow. off the throttle. Brown working his way down track, 569, 258 miles an hour. And for Brian Brown, that 569 and 258, going to move him up to the number 5 spot. So that tightens the field up just a little bit more. Leaves Scott McVeigh's 577.3 on the bubble in the number 8 spot. Right now, he'd be looking at a matchup with Shane Westerfield, but we're not done setting this field just yet. Brown, though, showing that it's out there and can be done, and I do believe I heard even maybe a little bit of a quick pedal job out there by Brown. But that 569 comes up on the board and moves him up on the show. Still doesn't give him lane choice, doesn't put him in the top half, but it gets him awfully close and gives him some good numbers to work with for round number 1 of eliminations tomorrow. Mark Billington and Kirk Williams going to roll in next. Top end calls in, says everything's good. Fire them up, boys, and send them our way. So Mark Billington. Kirk Williams going to see what they can do. For Kirk, Ward Loop Construction, Firebird over here on the right-hand side. The Williams brothers. Coming from an old tan-colored Firebird back in the Super Gas days. Remember it well, yes. Williams boys stepped up. They learned from some of the best. Vern Mote's one of their mentors. As they came up through the ranks. They will not be at every event. They will not make every show that happens around the country. But when they do pull into gate, the Williams brothers, you have to take note. On more than one occasion, they have rolled out, I should say on numerous of occasions, they have rolled out with the Wally at the race's conclusion. Very studious, very attentive, and Kirk Williams, a very good driver. Mark Billington, the Prosper, Texas runner, a former division champ in his own right. Thunder Alley Enterprises machine, Brad Anderson combination, and a Mustang-bodied entry over there on the left-hand lane. Billington down in the 570 zone. He's watched Brown step up to the 560s. Did it in the aeromotive lane right in front of him. That'll make you feel pretty good. Let's see what Kirk can do. He's already number 3. He stepped up to the 550s. 567. Bracket car. 566 yesterday, 567 today. 256 miles an hour, and that's one of the things that makes the Williams car so darn tough. They will bring their game to the line, and if you make any kind of a bubble, any kind of a hiccup, they will advance right around you. And Kirk Williams going to be starting right now from at least the number 3 position as he will head into Sunday eliminations with lane choice. And may be taking on Kyle Smith, but we haven't seen Kyle come up this session. And it looks like they may be setting it out as our number 1 and number 2 qualifiers, sitting and waiting patiently for their opportunity to get down the racetrack. Shane Westerfield and Chris Houle, number 1, left side, number 2, right lane. Looks like Stan and Tony Smith decided to sit out the session. They're comfortable in the show. William Bernard, likewise, comfortable in the show. You do not have to make every session. You do not have to make every lap, but Shane and Chris say off a shot of that. We're going to take a shot and see what we can do. Westerfield teaming up with Rick Jackson for the 2019 season. And again, racers, if you're in the show, need you back to the lanes, please. If You are in elimination still. Semi-finalists, quarterfinalists, finalists. Need you back to the staging lanes, please. Westerfield there on the left-hand side. Chris Houle here on the right. Chris yesterday, a 560, 260 mile an hour lap. Westerfield, a 554 for Rick Jackson's team. Madrilla Rod's entry. Houle driving that gorgeous C-Tech Manufacturing. Chevrolet Camaro bodied entry for the brothers, Chris and Kevin. Doing it between themselves. And looking to see if they can step up and get around Westerfield for that number one spot. Only need 600ths of a second unless Shane really steps up his program. But then again, that's a pretty good race car over there on the Aeromotive side. RPMs will come up about 7,000. They'll swap feet at the green, head for the other end. 557.1 Westerfield. Does not improve on his 554. Chris Houle, though, does. 557.4 at 261 miles an hour. And Chris Houle thundering down the racetrack over here on the right-hand side. Great run for the boys from Wyoming. Good run for Shane as well as they stay consistent in that 550 zone. But Chris doing what he needed to do, and that was step up right there with that 557.4, 261 miles an hour. Shows me that C-Tech manufacturing car is going to be a serious contender. And you could have just witnessed tomorrow's final round of Alcohol Funny Car. But you got to get there first. Well, Shane's got a good shot. Chris has got a good shot. Alcohol Funny Car field set. And we will be seeing them in eliminations tomorrow. Looks like Robbie Massey's going to roll in, have one more shot here this evening. Get his Alcohol Funny Car licensing done. And it is so good to see this car back out on the racetrack. For anybody who's been around Division 5 competition, or for that matter, Alcohol Funny Car competition. Vern Motes was known across the country. Very, very tough competitor. Vern Motes was the Frank Manzo of his day. The Motes and Massey machine. Longtime campaigner. I remember back when they were sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. I remember back when they ran a Datsun 240Z body. I've been around for a while, Don.
Well, Bob, I was going to say, you don't really have to tell all those stories. We just got to look at your gray hair. We know you've been around. Bob, I'm getting text messages that we are Friday night entertainment. I mean, people are actually posting and commenting that they're.
Oh, I know. I'm getting them too. Yeah.
That just amazes me. People, I mean, what in the world are they doing?
They're like us. They obviously have no life, right?
Zero. I'm fortunate enough that my wife sits beside me while I'm up there holding it. Zero. Oh, losers line. We got comments. What in the world? Man, Friday night, get another cold beverage. It's a beautiful night in Topeka. We didn't get to hear. So how fast has Robbie been so far in his license? He
has made 2. He needs one more.
Okay.
Got to be 6:05.
Is that his number?
I think he's got to be 6:05 or quicker, and I don't remember what the speed is, but 6:10 and 2:05. Yeah, 6:10 and 2:05. He's got to go quicker than that combined.
There we go.
If I remember correctly, he had a high 5-second run on Wednesday. He's been there. He's got his runs. He just needs one more.
Well, let's give him a big old cheer here. Let's watch him get out of the racetrack here and get the license out. Hang on there, Robbie.
Oh.
It had some good wheel speed in it there. It was going
He did.
somewhere.
Good 60-foot time, 987. He was on his way. She build familiarity. Got to get comfortable in that seat. That alcohol funny car. I don't care what anybody says. An alcohol funny car to me with the horsepower, the short wheelbase, the shifting it a couple of times going down the racetrack. That is one of, if not the hardest car to drive in drag racing.
I'm out because there's something that goes like right between your legs. And your knee. Yeah, I'm out. Out. Not signing up for that or a motorcycle. Sorry.
Okay.
Not happening.
Well, Robbie, they'll keep pounding at it. They'll get him licensed. He's one run away. I mean, literally one run away from getting that alcohol funny car license completed, and I will guarantee you, heck, they may head on down to Tulsa next week. Get a run in down at Osage Casino because that's a regional event next week down there.
That's true.
He could make his run tomorrow. Well, yep, he could. Get another run in there.
Make another lap. No. Not
Super Street, looking for 4. Cop Eliminator, looking for 3. 3. Stock Eliminator, looking for 7. Super Stock should have, I do believe, 5 left. Top Sportsman, we're down to 3. And I do believe everybody else is in the final rounds. We're there.
It's 8:55 on a Friday night. We're hanging out here with a couple thousand of our closest friends.
Yep.
I don't know who is still watching on Drag Racer TV, Warren. What do we got? We got a whole 12 people, 12 pack. Each one of them drinking a cold beverage, listening to us. There's about 100 people down there at the finish line. The golf cart tops are just gathering up down there. We're not going to be running at 1 a.m. No. Yeah. 500 people right now. Well, they're getting ready to watch Brett Spear take on Scott Dugdale. Stick car. Does that get you excited there, Bob? Line performance from Stacy, Minnesota. And I'm going to go out on another limb here and say that Brett and Scott know each other. Okay? Fort Ripley, Minnesota. I mean, I don't know how many racers are in the great state of Minnesota, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that these two.
Yeah, well, that's a limb of a giant redwood, let me tell you. Yeah, you're really stepping out on a big one there.
I'm telling you.
Red Spear left side as we are down to the quarterfinals in stock eliminators. 7 cars left. Who's going to go to the final 4? We know one of them is going to be Joe Santangelo because he's got to buy at 7 cars. So he's going to be one of our final 4 contestants. Is the B stock automatic entry of Spear going to get there? We could have a B stock automatic heads up final round.
Now that would be awesome.
If Brett could get there and Joe can get there.
That would be that would be a great.
Scott Dugdale had other ideas. He was trying to steal it on the line. Didn't happen. Spear's going to get the win. He'll be in the final 4. And he is on the other side of the ladder. Spear goes through, shutting it off 1090 at 105 miles an hour because he doesn't want to show his hand just yet, just in case there is that final round B stock automatic heads up. Tyler Wodarczyk says, wait a minute. I got an A stock automatic and I'm planning on taking out Joe the next round. First, I got to get rid of Jay's Cobra Jet. Jay Schmidt says, ha, ha. I say, ha. The Firebird's going on the trailer. That's what Jay Schmidt says. Handicap start going to Tyler. He's off and running. Jay goes red. So our first 2 pair decided via the red light. Wodarczyk going into the semifinals where he will run Joe Santangelo. And Tyler Redarzi cruises through 10:45.6, dead on the dial with a 6. Parker DeVore and Austin Williams are going to do battle now to see which one of these cars comes back to take on Brett Spear in the semifinals. Austin, who loves Heartland Motorsports Park, and Parker DeVore, who has, let's just say, been going a lot of rounds this year. Parker over on the left-hand side, the Blanchard, Oklahoma-based runner. Had an incident down in Oklahoma a couple of weeks ago where he sheared all the lug nuts off on the starting line. They were able to jack it up, get it back to the pits, get it fixed, come back for the first round of elimination. It's Austin Williams off the line and running. Good race shaping up here. Parker left side, Austin right, 3 thou difference out of the gate. And Parker DeVore shuts the door on Austin Williams down at the other end. Slams it shut with 6 thousandths of a second. Margin of victory at the other end as they both break out. So it's Parker DeVore, Brett Spear, Tyler Redarzi, and this B-Stock automatic Camaro, the runner of Joseph Santangelo out of Connecticut. Semifinals, stock eliminator now set. Joseph goes cruising through, 1060, not showing his hand at 110 miles an hour.
Got some mood lighting going on up here now.
I don't have a reflection off the window so I can see through it. Lloyd Wofford, Vic Penrod. Big race for these two. We've got 5 cars left in super stock action. Penrod, who chased the division championship last year, came within inches of wrapping it up until a guy named Pete Perry out in Las Vegas at the final division race of the year snuck back around him. Penrod seems to be on a mission this year. He wants to get rid of that 42 on the side of the car. Did quite well at the Jegs All-Star race. Super C automatic, 427 Camaro. On a 980 dial, Wofford's going to be right alongside of him with a 978. Starting line win goes to Penrod, and he gets the bye at 3 cars to the final round. So Vic Penrod picks up 2 round wins here. Runs 979 on the 980, 12 on the tree. Semifinals and finals he goes. And Penrod's march through the 2019 season continues on. How about this pair? Jacob Pitt and Jeff Heffler. Heffler went back-to-back 1018s, got her dialed down to a 1016 as the air cools a little bit. The Lucas Oil Emmons Motorsports team. I know Terry's sitting at home watching. Jerry probably is as well. Jacob Pitt's factory GT car standing in the way of the Heffler. Lucas Oil Emmons Motorsports Camaro there on the left-hand side. Heffler going to go first. Jacob's going to be giving chase in that Dodge Stratus. Wheels up, wheels down. Heffler off and running. Jacob Pitt driving a car that he had nothing but problems with last year. Seems to have him lined out this year. And Pitt going on. 973 on the 970. 1014 by Heffler. Picking up a little bit more than he thought with that cool air. And it'll be Pitt taking on Mike Manns in the semifinals with 3 cars left in super stock. And here's Michael, the Fast Shocks entry, one of our sponsors here in our Division 5 stock, super stock competition. If you haven't had your shocks checked out yet by Michael and his dad at Fast Shocks, you need to. They can really set them up nicely for you. Carries the front end out, sets it back down, very little rejects, and Manns will shut it off. Coast on through 934. So the semifinals now set in super stock with Vic Penrod the bye, Jacob Pitt, and Michael Manns. Going to do battle, see who runs. Vic. Super Street coming out. Semifinals have already been determined. We have 4 cars left. Brett Thornton and Jeff Wheat's going to duke it out on one side to see which one of these guys gets to go to the finals. And then on the other side of the ladder, it'll be Harrelson and Burrell, the Ford Torino and the Camaro, trying to get there. Thornton's Camaro on the left-hand side. Wheats with the Barracuda, coming over from the land of Lincoln. Jeffrey been mowing them down all day long. 570 plus cubic inches of Mopar. Thornton with the big block Chevy, obviously underneath the hood of the Camaro. Good race. Be interesting to see which one of these drivers at the other end going to be able to pull it off. Going to be Brett. 1091 takes out a 1093. 14 thousandths the margin of victory down at the other end, so we know who one of our finalists is going to be here in the Super Street category. And that'll be Brett Thornton. Now, who's he going to run? Is it going to be Chris Harrelson? Or is it going to be Jim Burrell? Big motored Ford for the gang out of Claude, Texas. Harrelson's Camaro over on the left-hand side. Looking to see what he can do. All Camaro final round or Ford versus Chevy? Oh, doggies. Well, this one wasn't one on the starting line, I'll guarantee you that. It's going to be one at the stripe. Going to be Burrell doing it. 1091.0. Beats a 1091.5. Burrell had a foul leaving the starting line advantage. Picked up 5 more going to the other end of the racetrack. So Ford versus Chevrolet. Final round in our Super Street category. Burrell taking on Mr. Thornton. The finals are set. Top Sportsman coming at us now. Don O'Neill already salivating. Juices flowing.
No,
jumping
I'm
up
thirsty.
and down, ready to go.
I'm thirsty for a beer. Here we go. Drooling over here. Kelly Land, $6.89 dial, taking on Todd Stallbomber. This $7.34 dial in with the blower motor. So Kelly Land's been picking them up and putting them down with a 63 Corvette in from Amarillo, Texas. 674 cubic inches in the black, red, and white Corvette. Todd in the bright orange, black, and silver with that polished injector hat sticking through the hood of his 90 Camaro. Qualified number 29 on the sheet. Kelly qualified number 18. Going to have a little bit of pause here, if you will, for the cause for Kelly. He's going to be waiting on Todd as he gets on down the racetrack.
It'll be interesting to see, though, did Todd get the problem that he had in that last round fixed? Because that Camaro was not exactly behaving itself out there on the starting line.
Well, it is a blower motor car, so, I mean, it has a tendency to show itself.
Yep.
Wow. Is this... Oh.
Stallbomber 739 at 181, 693 by Kelly Land. And Kelly, I don't know if he was texting while driving or what the case might have been, but he was definitely late leaving the starting line.
Yes, he was one. It doesn't matter. Here comes JR. So we're gonna have 2 7-second cars. Where was Kelly? Kelly or Stall Todd 29 and 30 is gonna meet up in the finals.
If you're in, you can win.
Now, JR did it from a lot of different qualifying positions last year as he finished number 2 in the world from Gardner, Kansas. 96 Cutlass, 622 cubic inches. He is just going to make a nice, easy lap here to get ready to take on the blower car in the next round. Down the racetrack. 741.4 on a 740 dial.
Nice, easy run down the racetrack, huh? Yeah,
It was.
okay.
That was an easy
Yeah.
run.
Oh, I know.
He's gonna come back around. He's gonna make the best out of the 2 that he had. and go on to the next round to, once again, 29-30 on the sheet, going to the final.
Going to the finals.
That's, all right. What's next?
Should be Comp Eliminator semifinals.
I see the buggy sticking out from underneath the tower. You know what that means, right?
I know what that means. It means Comp's coming up. It means Brad Plord's coming up.
Yes, he is.
He is going to take on Matt Harris. And they come to life.
Oh. Yes. Winner gets Aragona. Yep. Frank's sitting back there in the back. The rumble of the Brad Anderson small block blower motor from Harry Schwartz. Katie and everybody back in Holly Pond, Alabama. Paxton. I'm sure that Bernie and Rana are tuned in as well
Yep, I'll guarantee it.
to see Bad Brad, their kid, take on Matt Harris in the 2010 Cobalt.
Brad out of the number 1 spot. Matt out of number 5 spot. W&H Manufacturing. Chevy Cobalt. Did you say earlier you don't like horses?
Horses eat and then they make messes. Yeah, no. I like pugs. Does that count?
No.
Okay.
Because the Harris family, the W&H Manufacturing, they build a lot of the metal stall equipment that you see around barns and farms.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that doesn't mean that they necessarily like horses.
Yeah, they do because they like people who own horses.
That's what they like. That's what they like. They like people who own horses.
And cattle and pigs and all that good stuff.
All the things that smell in the world, just saying. Brad is pre-staged. So now Brad took a little bit, right? Last round, just took a little bit of a pinch on his index. But as you said, Bob, I think Brad's got a little bit left.
That car, I don't think has ever shown its true potential. Oh, baby. That wasn't pretty. Lord gets down, wobs and runs, goes 648 at 185. Matt Harris, dead late at this end of the racetrack. Matt, distracted, looking somewhere else, whatever the case might be. 773. One of his better runs of the weekend, but obviously not enough. And Plord whopping the throttle down at the other end on that blown Brad Anderson combination to take 26 thousandths of a second margin down track.
And he'll come back to take on the guy that came all the way in from New Jersey. And all-round winners. This is your turn and burn call. Let's go.
Need you back to the lanes. Frank's going to pull in. Stage, except the green. That is the second time today he's done that. You think they have a handle on that car?
I mean, his last name's Aragona. His resume runs off the computer screen.
Yeah, I mean, he's got number 1 on the side of the car.
Yeah,
so,
you know.
Yep.
Well,
They trust me.
I don't think they drove all the way from New Jersey to Topeka, Kansas just to come hang out, okay?
You know what I like about Frank and his dad is when they go to the races, the kid also gets to take the junior. And there's been numerous of occasions where Frank's won and the kid in his junior car has won as well. The winner circle photos with dad and son, with dad and son.
Right.
Yeah.
That's memories.
That's memories. You
Memory
can't
making.
do anything about that. Here comes our Sportsman Motorcycle final round. Dave Olson taking on Michael Nash as we will crown our first champion of race number 1.
Can I take the Suzuki?
You can do whatever you want to take.
I got $1. It's burning a hole in my pocket. There's no ice cream here for $1, so I don't know what I can do with this. No, there will be no plug for baby dolls. There's no plug for baby dolls.
Dave Olson coming up on the left-hand side, down in 885 on his Kawasaki. Michael Nash, who is Don O'Neill's pick, on an 808 over here on the O'Reilly side. Let's see if Michael your multi-time Summit ET Sportsman Motorcycle Champ, can pack Dave in, or if Dave's going to do what he needs to do to get around Mr. Nash. Both of them going to go green. It's always tough in the dark night. The lights are bright. Let's see. They both went green.
You didn't take my bet.
I didn't. 8:22, Michael Nash gets the win. 9:04 by Dave down at the other end of the racetrack. And our first Wally winner here this weekend, Michael Nash out of Texarkana, Texas. Works for Cooper Tire down there at Texarkana. Been with him for a long, long time, and a gentleman racer. Michael is one of the greatest guys you will come along to meet. Great runner, great racer. And Nash picks up his Wally. First of our champs are crowned.
Yes, but here comes the good one. Come on, Bob. Does this not get you excited? Hallsville, Texas versus Carterville, Illinois in Topeka, Kansas. Downtown Tony Brown, the wrench from Manpower, Collier Racing. Over on the Aeromotive side. Yes, final. Yes, thank you. See, hey.
We keep track of those things over here, Travis.
It's not like they did to me in Chicago a couple weeks ago, and I was announcing the final, and it was really the semis. Cool Hand Luke on the O'Reilly side of the racetrack. Looking over at Tony Brown, what can be said about Luke Bogacki? Resume runs off the computer screen, but Tony Brown does not care. He is trying to take the Wally back to Hallsville, Texas. And Luke, wife Jess, the kids, they're on the property. If a wind light comes on the O'Reilly side, we're going to see a parachute. Tony Brown's going to do everything he can to stop the parachute drop.
I hope it's a brightly colored parachute.
It is dark here. Blink, blink. Here we go. This is going to be
This
good.
is fun. Gonna be
Oh!
892, 165. Bogacki gets the win. 889.6. Tony taking 38 to break out by 4 down at the other end of the racetrack.
They both dropped. Congrats to Luke, Jess, Gary. Enjoy. Now, top dragster. Final, Bob.
Yep.
2 nitrous cars, Bob.
Yep.
If we did it 3 times, they call that a streak.
Harrington on the left, John Biaggi on the right. Harrington coming from the bottom of the field. Biaggi from the top half.
18 and 38.
Yep.
684. Harrington's dialed in at 681, qualified with an 84. Biaggi qualified at 24. He's dialed in at 22. I'm going to go out on a limb and say if Biaggi wins, we're eating Italian tonight. D will be over there whipping up some food for us later on.
Works for me. I'm hungry now.
Absolutely. For sure. But Harrington, DeSoto, Kansas, that's your hometown runner over on the Aeromotive side. Looking out, the guy invading the country here in Topeka from Granville, Illinois. John Speed Shop, 632 cubic inches. Going to see some purging out of both sides. And there's not a blower motor, and there's not a Pro Charger in the final. Here we go. Wheels up. A little bit of work to be done. Top end. Wow.
David Harrington gets the win. The DeSoto, Kansas runner, 683, 196 miles an hour. Biaggi takes 10 stripe, breaks out by 1. 621.9 on a 622. Wow.
That's it. I'm with you. Wow. Congratulations to Harrington and the crew from DeSoto, Kansas. And hand clap, golf clap for the Biaggi camp on their runner-up at day number 1. And here we go. Super gas. All the bets. We got decals. We got cash. There's all kinds of stuff laying up
Your
here.
cash has never made it out up here. Where's your cash?
It's sweaty. It's in my fire suit.
Okay, all right.
Here we go.
Philbrick, Van Arnold,
Oh.
working his way down the racetrack. The door car taking on the roadster. It's going to be the door car. It's going to be the roadster. It's going to be
Give me that door car.
988 at 161. You better go get your money. 987 at 169 by Van. Philbrick goes 001, gets the win. 5 thousandths the true margin down at the other end of the racetrack.
What? I don't have to go get money.
Yes,
I
you
won.
do. No. It's for the winner.
Oh, I thought it was you're paying me. Oh, I'll go get it for you. Yeah, we're
You
good.
got to go
Okay.
get your money and your decals and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. I'll give it to him in the winner's circle. I thought I was getting money from you. Anyway, door car for the win and super gas. Wake him up in Sonoma out there, Reinhardt Loans. Door car won in super gas. If I yell loud enough, Reinhardt might hear me. Might hear me. Yeah, for sure. He will totally hear me. All right, so what do we have left? We have Top Sportsman. All winners, whatever we got left, come on back.
We got semifinals in stock and super stock, and finals and everything else, if memory serves me correctly. Super stock, we're down to 3. Jacob Pitt, Mr. Mans, and Mr. Penrod. Stock eliminator, looking for Spear, Parker DeVore, Tyler Wodarczyk, and Joseph Santangelo. Need you back to the lanes. Cop eliminator, well, we know who we're going to see. Florida and Aragona, we'll need them back as soon as they can turn them. Bring them back. Super gas title's been decided. We need Loebner and Stahlbomber for Top Sportsman. And we need our Ford and Chevrolet for Super Street. Final round.
Mr. Thornton.
And Mr. Burrell.
It's 9 o'clock, Bob. What's it got to look? I'm going to renegotiate.
It's 9 o'clock. What are you going to do? Turn into a pumpkin or something? I mean, you keep watching the clock.
I'm thirsty. I need to renegotiate this whole intern agreement.
Well, you've obviously seen how well everybody has responded to your beer request.
So
that hasn't gone anywhere.
So I'm going to take it this way. They're looking at it from the standpoint that they're concerned, one, for my health. Think I need to lose some weight. Okay? Or two, they just don't have my brand in their cooler.
All you asked for was beer. B-E-E-R.
Beer. It's the best Homer Simpson I got going on right now. And the fact that I keep getting shown photos of people calling me fat, and not F-A-T, P-H-A-T. All right, Bob, I got a new idea. I'm going to try it this way. So, everybody's concerned with my health, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I will give a brand new set of racers and rental cars decals to the first person that brings me a cold beer.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to get one. Just saying. Bob, we're only a few weeks away from Indy.
I wonder if I put out a call for my mouthwash, if I could get somebody to bring me some mouthwash. Because racers know what my mouthwash, what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm got to think there's probably Crown something. So, And you may be the king of the announcing booth this weekend there, Bob. So, why everybody should get their crown, right?
Everybody should get their crown. Hey, yes, we are a few weeks away from Indy.
First U.S. Nationals, top sportsman and top dragster, Bob.
Have a great time.
32 factory stock showdown field, Bob.
Have a great time.
You'll be watching at home.
I will not be watching at home.
Isn't it your anniversary weekend?
Nope.
We've had the
No.
No, what is it? Why? I know. What do you do on Labor Day weekend?
If I show up at Indy at all, I show up for stock and super stock class.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yep. And then I go home. However, this year, I owe my bride some time, and she has elected to head southern Missouri. So she's going to Branson, and I'm going to go do a little trout fishing, a little R&R.
Well, there you go.
Now, if I was going in 5 minutes, my boat would be hooked onto the back of the Tahoe, let me tell you. Van Arnold, we need you to the tech building, please. Van Arnold to the tech building. No, so Indy is because it's Indy, and I do the Lucas Oil Series, and there's no Lucas Oil races that weekend. I'm going to go do a little trout fishing, get a little R&R in before the next 6 in a row gets started.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, everybody's looking forward to you. What here? Oh, here. Take it. I didn't know what he was reaching out. I was like, I love it.
Yeah, that's not a high five. That's me jumping in here.
So if anybody is headed this way with another beer for Don, he doesn't need it, at least not yet.
Actually, I kind of like the one beer in Don. Keep him consistently one beer in. Yeah. I used to be 2 beers and my hands didn't shake because, my hands shake all the time.
Yep.
If I'm a steady 2 beer, I'm steady as a rock. I am good to go.
It's called Essential Trimmers.
That's what I've got.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Essential Trimmers.
Yep.
No.
Hey, guys and gals, if you're in and you're being entertained by Don and I, if you're still in, we need to get our winner's crown, so we do need you back
we
to
would
the
like
lanes.
to get this done tonight.
Yeah,
it's going to be a short night till we're back here again tomorrow. I assume the beer cart's still going around up there in the Losers Lounge.
Come over here to the tower where the beer cart needs to come.
Yeah, it sounds like personal. What I was going to say was I am making a presumption here that I can say it because we've had the conversation and such. But, in the past, NHRA.TV or NHRA All Access is only at the U.S. Nationals is only broadcast from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So stock and super stock and class eliminations on Wednesday and Thursday has not been part of the program. I can tell you that this year I will be there, we will be there, and every day of the U.S. Nationals will now be live streamed. So if you are an NHRA TV subscriber, you'll get Wednesday through Monday. And if you're not a subscriber, you can sign up for the package for the weekend. I think it's $15, something like that. But those days that you didn't get before, you're going to get now. It's wire-to-wire coverage from day one all the way through.
And you know what? I've got a plug in on my boat. I could probably plug the charger into my phone and sit there, and while I'm relaxed and fishing and catching a few rainbows and browns, listen in to stock and super stock, and yeah.
That's going to be huge.
It will. It will. I won't argue the point. And top dragster, top sportsman being there, going to be huge as well.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that'll probably be the largest. Well, I don't know because they had years when they had 180 cars in each category. For a long time.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's still going to be a large car count. A lot of first 32 car field for factory stock showdown, of course. But top sportsman and top dragster, their first chance at a U.S. Nationals Wally. And this is 65, right? Is that correct? 65th U.S. Nationals, the week after Bowling Green, which will be hot. We can say that now, right?
Well,
We're a month away.
You said it a month away about Topeka being hot.
Wait till
And
tomorrow.
look at you.
Wait till tomorrow.
Well, hey, still, you've enjoyed 2 beautiful days so far.
So suffer.
Who knows? Who knows what Bowling Green's going to be?
Oh,
You
hot.
do not know that.
Hot.
You do not know that.
I'll bet $1 now.
I'll bet you $1 now. I'll bet you $1 now that you do not know that.
That it's gonna be hot.
You do not know that.
Bob, it's gonna be hot. But it's still though. The next, like you said, 6 in a row. You got Bowling Green, U.S. Nationals. You got Earlville. We got St. Louis twice back to back. We've got Dallas and Charlotte stuck in there.
Well,
It's getting ready to get quick, fast, and ugly.
And I'll be out in Vegas for the final divisional as well. So, yeah,
There's a lot of racing that's getting ready just to take off.
a lot of points. And we got over the next few weeks, I've got a couple of makeups to do. So, races that earlier this year got diverted to later in the year.
We're going to slide Norwalk, finish the sportsman side of the Norwalk Nationals in there as well after Indy. So you throw that one in, 2-day event. So there's just a lot of points races that are out there that are just going to start taking shape here quickly, very quickly.
I'm going to have real fun here in about, let's see, what do you got? Tulsa, then we got Brainerd, and then so about 3 weeks from now. We'll be up in the middle of Iowa for the AA Fuel Altered World Nationals. And let me tell you, that is a fun race. It really is.
That just sounds like pure entertainment show.
It is
for
a
race.
pure entertainment show. I love the Fuel Altereds.
Well, Bob, I'm sitting here loving the NHRA.TV as we've got Pro Stock up on the starting lines out in Sonoma. 2 non-Camaros. Yep, for sure. We got Mustang out of the Quadra Camp, the Haas car. And I don't know whose Mopar that is.
Tom Huggins. The guy that National Director said was dead, and he called him up and said, "Hey, I ain't dead. I just
I'm not dead. I haven't been to the racetrack." That works. The sun is setting in Sonoma. Look at that bright thing. And we're here in the... Look at the stars. Stars out there in the racetrack here at Topeka. Winners.
Need all of our winners back to the lanes, please. You want me to start calling out names? I will, but we need y'all back to the lanes, please.
It's kind of like filling out your W-9. You got to get paid. Fill it out. Bring it up. Show up. Let's go. We're never out of material. I'm just worried about whether or not I'm going to get in trouble for what I say. Podcast is way different. We don't edit. No. Cam and I are completely off the cuff. We're like Joe Rogan and Dr. Phil.
yeah, well, they edit those too.
What? Yeah, it's in there. I think I'm about ready for one.
Just goes to show you, nobody wants any decals.
Why?
Because I still haven't gotten a beer yet. I know. You would think that I would have somebody that would just be like, man, if we feel sorry for this guy, let's bring him a beer. Drive to the store. Over to the corner. Going to get a beer. Oh.
We're getting a big kick out of you.
People are they're getting a real big kick. 'Cause, 'cause I still haven't gotten a beer yet. I know. You would think that I would have somebody that would just be like, man, if we feel sorry for this guy, let's bring him a beer. Drive to the store. Over to the corner. Going to get a beer. People are getting a big kick. I can just do play by. I can just do play by play for Pro Stock. Is that okay? We'll increase the numbers for DragRacer.tv. As we're now going to have Alan Przinski in the, was that Cold Fire, I think is the new sponsor he has on the car in his Mopar. Taking on Mr. Steve Matusik, the Prez, the big cheese at Aeromotive. Yep, right up the road. Driving the Elite Motorsports Mustang that they debuted in Chicago not too long ago, as Steve has decided to make the Western swing pull in a Pro Stock car. Current Pro Mod driver. Winners, back to the lanes, please. Or I'll have to do play-by-play for Top Fuel and Funny Car, too.
Gerald Obner, Todd Stahlbomber needs you to the lanes, please. Mr. Thornton and Mr. Burrell for our Super Street final round. Stock Eliminator looking for Brett Spear, Parker DeVore, Tyler Wodarczyk, and Jose Santangelo. Super Stock, we need Vic Penrod, Jacob Pitt, and Michael Manns. You three are needed back to the lanes. If you're not there yet, you are all late. Brad Plord, Frank Aragona. Our final round contestants in Comp Eliminator needs you to the lanes as well. Gents, if you're in, you're in. We need you back to the staging lanes, please.
Matusik looks like he is on a really good run. 658, won at 208. It's going to put him, I think, middle half of the top half of the field. As the Mopar fans, if you were wondering about Przinski, he did the proverbial tire shake. That's one cool thing about going to Sonoma. You just drive up the hill into the sunset. Up the hill. Oh, is that race cars? Got engines on the starting line in Sonoma.
Got race cars. They're ready to go.
Oh, my Lord. Guys, Karaoke Night is kicking off in the announcer's booth.
We ain't got enough alcohol for that.
Please submit all of your requests.
I need some to listen to this.
At the rate they're going, we might want to put the standby call for time runs out now. So they make it the
Well, who's out first in the morning? Super Street? Super Street, go ahead and get them warmed up. We'll be here. We'll be here ready for you. Oh, we hear engines. Stalkers. Are we going to get an all B car final round? Or is the little I car going to tear it up for us, Bob?
Well, you never know about Parker. He can certainly do it. He's obviously proved it working his way through a 99 car field to get down to the final four. Parker DeVore over here on the right-hand side. Throws an 1182 up on the O'Reilly scoreboard. Brett Spear at 1074 dial over there on the left-hand side. B-stock automatic, I-stock automatic, A-stock automatic, and another B-stock automatic. Or 4 cars left here in Stock Eliminator. Parker right side, going to be off and running. Brett's going to be patient. Very seasoned driver. The chiropractor out of Minnesota. Going to be up in his hometown area next couple of weeks. It's the next stop on the land of the high and the mighty. D5 race will take place up in Brainerd. Brett rolls right on in. Parker says, okay, I'm ready. DeVore is away, clean and green. Here comes Spear. Front end up, front end down. The Nova reaching for the other end of the racetrack. Can Spear put one B-stock automatic into the final round? No, he cannot. 1070 at 120 miles an hour. And Parker DeVore, final round bound with the little I-stock automatic Mopar out of Oklahoma. So Parker takes away the shot, the hope. Everybody else looking for a B-stock automatic final round. Parker's in. with the Mopar. As you're going to take on Tyler Widarczyk, because you're going to take on the Connecticut runner, all the way from Marlboro, Division I competition, Joseph Santangelo. 69 B-Stock automatic Camaro right-hand side, 1049. Tyler on a 1046. This will be interesting. Widarczyk over on the left-hand side, Santangelo here on the right, the O'Reilly lane. Wind light's going to go on for Widarczyk. 1046, dead on 5, 14 on the tree for a 19 pack by Tyler. Santangelo goes 10.48.6 and did not get there. Tyler taking a stripe by 3 thousandths of a second. So our finals set in stock. Tyler Widarczyk taking on Parker DeVore. And no B-Stock automatic at all to be had.
Disappointed.
In stock eliminator. Final round in Super Street coming at us. Ford versus Chevrolet. Camaro versus Torino. Jim Burrell and the family out of Claude, Texas. Always tough when they show up. And they are very devout Ford aficionados. Thornton on the left-hand side, the Kansas runner. Would you say he played in a lot of your practice tree runs?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Thornton is a tough competitor.
He is a tough competitor. Won the divisional here a couple of years ago. Can he do it again in 2019? Burrell's been to the final round before, though. He knows how to get it done, and it's going to be Jim. 002. Thornton lights the red bulb by 15 thousandths of a second. And the Burrell clan and all the Ford fans go wild. You realize with Super Street was won by Ford and Super Gas was won by Ford. How about that? Jim Burrell, 10.91.9, 002 at the hit, and the Blue Oval contingent. Celebrate.
Mouthwash.
Sinuses.
Hairball.
Semifinals now, Super Stock. Vic Penrod will come back to take on the winner of this pair, be it Jacob Pitt or Michael Manns. Manns on the left, the 880 dial out of the Fast Shocks and K&N machine. Jacob on the right, the factory GT car. 2003 Dodge Stratus. 972. Jacob is going to be off and running. Picking the right side of the racetrack, the O'Reilly lane, so you can keep an eye on Michael. Over his left shoulder, his Manns goes cruising up the Aeromotive side of the racetrack here at Heartland. Like I said, winner here gets to come back and take on Vic Penrod. Jacob's green, Manns is green. The reaction times contain the exact same numbers, albeit in different orders. And Manns is going to get the win on a double breakout. 879.8 under by 2. Jacob goes through 969.4 on a 972. Picking up a bunch down there at the other end of the racetrack. As Manns gets the W and moves on to the final round. And Manns will be back to take on Vic Penrod in the finals of Super Stock.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said, Rachel. Penrod does what he needs to do, accepts the green light, and he is ready for the final round. And we are down to 4 finals to go.
That's awesome right there. That's a cold beer. Thank you, Mr. Meyer. And how about that? Mr. Bo Butner goes to number 1, 653.4 out there in Sonoma.
wasn't quite so good.
Wasn't so good, but it still sounds good. That's my Sprite that I'm drinking. Look, I'm telling you right now, I'm totally in on this announcer thing. You want to get shout outs? Bring me a cold beer, and I will talk all about your sponsors. If you're not over in the Meyer pit getting Dots pretzels, sadly mistaken. Go make Rachel pass them out till her hands start to bleed from all the plastic. These mugs are good. And you can get them at Menards. Well, you can't get Michelob Ultra at Menards, but you can get the pretzels at Menards. So we have 8 race cars.
Top Sportsman, Comp Eliminator, Stock and Super Stock.
Top Sportsman, Comp Eliminator, Stock, and Super Stock. Come on down.
Who's left in
Aragona and Plord.
Those that are drinking and wondering about Pro Stock in Sonoma, Jaggy's up. Here, I'm going to let y'all see what's going on. See, that's why we need a camera in here for the announcers. Everybody could see me take the microphone and put it up the laptop. All right. Who we got? Here we go. Top Sportsman. We know one thing. The Wally is staying in Kansas.
We know another thing.
I'm listening.
The Wally is going to go to a guy who has made a bunch, and I do mean bunch, of laps down this racetrack.
JR on the right, Todd on the left, 737 for the blower car, 741 for the naturally aspirated, 622 in the 96 Cutlass of Mr. Lobner on the O'Reilly side.
2 drivers that literally grew up here at the racetrack. I mean, this place opened in 1989, and both of them growed up, if you will, here at Heartland. Back then, Heartland Park Topeka, now Heartland Motorsports Park. Going to be interesting.
It's going to be way interesting.
Yep.
And they're 29 and 30 on the qualifying sheet.
Yep.
All us 6-second guys are sitting on the sidelines watching.
Uh-huh.
And here they go.
They're over there in the Losers Lounge.
Losers Lounge.
Drinking a cold one.
That's it. Here we go. They're pre-staged in. Blink, blink, flicker, flicker. Who's it going to be? Oh, identical up front. This one will be close to the stripe, sports fans. 5,000. Give it to Lobner. He's one above. Both of them are 27 up front. Look at that. 15 over for Stahl and 1 over for JR. The Lobner family in the winner's circle again. And I think everybody is here in attendance. I think everybody is here.
Yep.
John, the kids, the wife, everybody, congratulations. I think you pretty much just picked up exactly where you left off last year. There we go. And to close that out, how about this exclamation point? Derek Kramer just went 52 in Sonoma.
Fire engines. We're going to run out of pretzels.
I already did.
Dots Pretzels. Stop by the Meyer Pit.
Hey, your bag's rattling back there.
I need a big bag.
You got one back to the hotel.
We're going to run out of beer before I run out of pretzels.
I'm not.
Wow. Luke Bogacki's back up for the winner's circle photo. This is Bracket Racing Elite. I thought I saw a green shirt down there. Gary's got to be down there somewhere. The little one is going to get the winner's circle photo with the Wally.
Wherever Mark Philbrick is, he needs to come to the race control, to the tower. He has some money to pick up. He has some decals to pick up. And he has an IOU to pick up.
Yep, sweaty $4 bills. It's been a heck of a day. Uneventful. Well, you guys are superstitious. That's crazy. They got them all out there. You give me a partial loan on two sweaty dollar bills. It's all about the character. Is what, Gary get in the car? Gary! Gary! This is God talking. No, I'm just kidding. Wave over here. Right? Start waving. Wave, Gary. That's right. Saluki guy right there. Give yourself a fist pump getting a Wally. Huh? How about your old man?
Who's taking roadsters over the door car?
Hey, I took the door cars. Door car and super gas.
Are you Mark?
All right, news flash update. Alex Laughlin goes 52-0.
Feels good, let me tell you.
I hear you.
Got 3 finals left. Like the old guy said, come on down. Let's.
say that.
All right, yeah, he did. Yes, you did. What'd they say? I'm just saying the things that you're afraid to say. Hurry up, let's go. Let's crown some winners. The losers lounge is getting restless down there. I mean, the social lounge is getting restless down there.
About fries in Sonoma.
They're doing a little cackle fest.
All right, I'm not going to give you all an update on what's going on in Sonoma. It's the old school cackle fest, and I'm sure most of you probably aren't really interested in that. I didn't say that it's not cool. They're just not interested. Yes, closed circuit for the text message. I am hungry. Yes, food after we get done. Thank you very much. I love it.
We having steak or lobster?
Not having lobster. Can guarantee you're not having lobster. What in the world? I thought you said it was a cackle fest.
Cackle fest is coming, but this is
Yeah, pass. Is he down there? Hey, Bob, I just got a text from Rob Park that says whichever of the 6 cars that's left that gets up here first, like now, so we can get going, they get an extra qualifying hit tomorrow. I just got it. I hope it's not one of those ghost numbers. I hope it's not. That's what I heard. That's what it came across. Yeah, no kidding. Man, how about that final though in Top Sportsman? JR earned that one. Todd made him earn it. Oh, what do you think they're talking about at the social lounge down there? That's actually a good idea. I might need to think about that in my next contract. Incentive pay. What?
You know, this is a one-way conversation. You're the only one with the mic on. Nobody else can hear what else is being said up here.
Oh, well. Once again, the reason why we should have a camera up here. That's for sure.
There are things that you learn as time goes on about being up here in the booth, and
What are they?
Okay, I'd like you to look at the track on this.
all right, Brad Blord, Frank Aragona needs you to lanes, please. Vic Penrod, Mike Mans, Parker DeVore, and Tyler Wodarczyk. We need our 6 cars left. Back to the lanes, please, gents. The time has come. For those of you that have been asking, and there have been several requests, 7:45 tomorrow morning, Super Street will be out for your first time trial run and only time trial run. Stock Eliminator behind that, Super Comp, Super Stock, Super Gas, Sportsman Motorcycle, Top Dragster Comp, and Top Sportsman. Then into round number 1, Super Street. Round number 1 of Stock. Round number 1 of Super Comp. Top Dragster, Comp Eliminator. Coming up for their final qualifier. Top Alcohol Dragster, Top Alcohol Funny Car. First round of elimination scheduled 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. Top Sportsman to follow, then Super Stock round 1, Super Gas round 1, Sportsman Motorcycle round 1, semifinals of Alcohol Dragster and Funny Car at 7:30. First round of Top Dragster, Comp, and Top Sportsman following the alcohol cars. Super Comp round number 2 following Top Sportsman, in our final round of Top Alcohol Funny Car and Top Alcohol Dragster. We'll close out the day tomorrow evening here at Heartland Motorsports Parks. Another full day of fun and frivolity as we work our way down track. And for those of you that are friends of mine on Facebook, I'm getting ready to post this schedule. And for those of you that aren't friends of mine on Facebook, look for somebody that is a friend, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of sharing going on. Final round contestants. We need 6 cars back to the lanes. Come on, guys.
I think we just pulled it, drug it out, right? Just so we can have. That's right. We it was half effort. We didn't specify that it'd be on the racetrack that we would drop the chute. We just had to drop the chute.
So is this about the shoot?
Gary, I hope you're going to do a good job of helping pack that chute up. Hey, Luke, does this mean we're going on the hunt for the world now? 2 back to back? Bob, we're going to have to start playing Jeopardy or something up here.
No, I'd suggest we just turn out the lights and go home. If they don't want to race, we're done. They can split.
Oh, split a Wally. I like it. Who's got the Sawzall? I like it.
I'll see if we can find one.
Comp is under the tower. The one up there.
All right. That's what we like to hear. So they say that the final is in the tunnel for Comp Eliminator. Brad Pord on the Aeromotive side is going to be taking on Frank Aragona, number 1 in the world last year out of Freehold, New Jersey. Drove all the way to Topeka, Kansas to take on the youngster from Holly Pond, Alabama in the buggy. Owned by Harry Schwartz, Brad Anderson blower motor, qualified number 1. Aragona qualified number 4. Waiting to hear that little bit of rumble of the blower motor come to life as we try to finish out one of the last 3 finals that we have left for race number 1 of the Topeka Double. There goes the signal. It is time to get this Wally. So I guess we're not going to sawzall this Wally in half. Brad and Frank are going to battle it out. There comes the blower motor. 298 cubic inches for Frank Aragona, 379 in the buggy for Brad Pord. Burnout's complete. 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Topeka, Kansas, Division 5, race number 1. Bob is so entertained, he's turning on the Royals game.
I always watch my Royals, but they're losing their butt tonight against Cleveland, so turn them off. Brad Plord, Frank Aragona getting ready to come in. Our finals in comp. Brad stepped on his index a little, so has Frank, who's got the most left. Well, I tell you what, that's a pick'em.
Right?
Aragona with his 6-cylinder combination. New Jersey runner, they always have a little bit left in the bank. And well, Brad and Harry, I don't think they really know what that car can do. Be interesting to see. Who's going to take home the Wally tonight? Frankie or Brad? Red light start by Plord. Frank Aragona cruising on down the boulevard. Wins it on a red light, shutting it off to an 846 at 119 miles an hour. And the Wally going to back up like so many of them have in the past and probably will in the future. Headed back to New Jersey. Frank Aragona gets the way at 846. Buck 19, Plord way early. That's a whole lot of red out there.
I want to venture to say there was a mechanical something that possibly went wrong there.
A mechanical malfunction.
Something.
Okay.
That's a way red for Brad Port. I'm gonna say something mechanically failed. All right, that was 2. Here comes 4. That means we only got 2 left back there for the stock final. A versus I. Kansas versus Oklahoma.
And I think a lot of people were thinking that we'd see a B-Stock automatic final.
Heads up.
Heads up final round. And Tyler Wodarczyk and Parker DeVore said, nope, not on our watch. Parker 1179. See what the little 360 Mopar can do against Wodarczyk. Wodarczyk has parked this Firebird in the winner's circle here before. Did it a year ago on its debut at the national event. See if he can do it here this year at the divisional. Parker off and running. Wodarczyk hikes the front end up in the air, sets sail for the other end of the racetrack. Parker DeVore looking over his shoulder, judging the stripe out in front of him. Here comes Wodarczyk, and it's going to be Parker DeVore. Dead on 4, 30 on the tree. 10:44 by Wodarczyk, taking 7th out stripe and wasn't going to get there. He was 38 on the tree. Parker DeVore picks up the win. The little iStock automatic Mopar out of Oklahoma They'll be celebrating and hooting and hollering over there in the pit area tonight, let me tell you. Although I do think probably the best party in the pit area tonight probably going to be over at Harrington's.
I would think so. It's been a while, I think, since they've had that kind of success. So, yeah, I would totally agree with you.
Vic Penrod taking on Mike Manns, our final.
Finally.
Finally our final. Super stock C automatic for Vic, 978. Manns on an 878. 2 bulbs, 1 second. Handicap start going to go to Penrod. Number 2 in the division last year, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. Penrod has been certifiably hot this year. Going rounds. Looking for the Wally here this weekend. Michael Manns coming down from Minnesota. The only car left in his way. A huge field of super stock. Big screen and away he goes. Oh, goodness gracious. If you can see what I see. Penrod goes trip, zip, perfect off the line. 979 on a 978 for the win. Man runs dead on 1, but left 46 thou back here on the starting line, and it just wasn't going to be. Vic Penrod picks up the super stock Wally tonight, and that, boys and girls, as they say, is that. Race number 1 is in the books. 7:45 start time in the morning for time run. And our Aeromotive Shootout qualifier for Super Street. My understanding is the Aeromotive Shootout, we will take our 8 qualifiers and split the purse amongst after that one shot at qualifying. So congrats to all of our winners. Vic Penrod picking up the win in Super Stock. Parker DeVore getting the Wally in Stock Eliminator. Frank Aragona in Competition Eliminator over a redlining Brad Plort. J.R. Loebner doing what he does in Top Sportsman action, and that is taking on everybody and whooping them. Jim Burrell and the Ford Clan out of Claude, Texas, picking up the win in Super Street. Congratulations to Michael Nash out of Texarkana, our Sportsman motorcycle champ. Luke Bogacki doing it once again in Super Cup. He's beginning to catch on fire here in the middle part of the year. David Harrington. Talked about having a party over in the pits. I'll guarantee you there's going to be one down in Harrington's area. Getting the win in Top Dragster. Our Super Gas champ, Mark Philbrick. It's been 19 years, he said, since he picked up the win. Did it again tonight in the old faithful Mustang. Congratulations to all of our champs. Thanks to Don. Thanks to Di for coming up and joining us. Warren Evans and our DragRacer.tv program. We're going to say good night, everybody. We'll start all over again tomorrow morning, and on behalf of everybody here at Heartland Motorsports Park, NHRA, and the Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series, for everybody that has set in today, we appreciate you coming by, stopping in, listening in, watching in, whatever the case might be. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll do race number 2 here at Heartland Motorsports Park. Good night.